Hello, this is part 2 of the Building Your Baby Registry from Scratch with an Experienced Mom video. When I originally filmed this, I had no idea it was going to turn into an hour-long production, so I have decided to split it into 2 parts on YouTube. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I would suggest checking that out first below. It covers out and about, nursery, bath time, and diapering. And part 2, which we will jump into right now, is going to cover feeding, clothing, playtime, and health and safety. So let's get back into the video. So for feeding, I would not recommend buying a whole bottle kit right off the bat before you've even met your baby. All babies are different, just like all people are different. They have different likes and dislikes, and I got about 1 million Advent bottles only to learn that all 3 of my babies did not like Advent bottles. So they're just sitting in a drawer right now, going to waste. I probably should just give them to someone. I don't know why I still have them. I really need to give them away. Between Target and Bye Bye Baby and the Amazon baby gift box, you'll get a few bottles from there. Plus, if you just buy like 1 or 2 from Target of a few different brands, when you do decide to transition to bottles, you can see what your baby likes and then invest in a whole collection of whichever one your baby has selected as their favorite. So I'm not even going to add bottles to my bin because I don't recommend buying them before you've met your baby. Warmers and sterilizers, another, in my opinion, you don't need to have. If you're washing your bottles properly, I don't think you need to sterilize them. And a bottle warmer is literally just heats up water to warm your bottle. So rather than do that and take up counter space, I just take a large cup and fill it with hot water and then stick my bottle in that, and boom, like mommy hack, I made my own bottle warmer. So I'm going to check that off because I'm just not even going to add that. Nursing covers. I have a few nursing covers. These are really nice if you're breastfeeding and you don't want your boobs just like out and about for everyone to see. I have one of these ones that also acts as a car seat cover. So let me add that. I have another one. Not seeing it here right now, but these ones that look like infinity scarves are nice because it doesn't look like you're wearing a nursing cover. It just looks like a scarf, and then when you need to cover yourself up, it's already right there and available for you. Burp Cloths. Now, I don't have, some of these Burp Cloths look really nice and cozy. Like these muslin Burp Cloths look nice. I mean, ultimately, they're just like cleaning up spittle, so that's cool if they're really cute. I actually think these ones are really cute. Maybe I just have baby fever and I have 3 boys and they're like really cute girly designs, so I'll add these. But I mean, really, you could just use any old kitchen towel if it's something you wanted to save money on. You don't necessarily need to have super cute Burp Cloths. You just need something cloth related. Maybe even your own shirt if you don't care. You're going to be doing laundry anyways. Alright, so still in the feeding realm, we have breast pumps. Now, if you have health insurance, you don't necessarily need to buy a breast pump. When you're about 29 weeks pregnant, you will just ask your OB for a prescription for a breast pump. She'll write it for you, and then you can call your insurance and they'll send you a breast pump from a variety of different brands to choose from for free. If you don't have insurance, though, it is something you'll need to buy. But again, most people have insurance, so I don't feel like you necessarily need this. I actually bought a second breast pump off the Facebook Market, so I liked having one at home just in case I ever forgot my breast pump anywhere, so that I don't leak everywhere and destroy my boobs and get mastitis. So I have Medela breast pumps and I really like them. So that's what I would recommend for someone to get for their first breast pump. So let's check that off. feeding pillows. So if you're going to be breastfeeding, you're going to want a baby. If you're going to be breastfeeding, you are going to want a breastfeeding pillow to help prop your baby up for feedings to make it more comfortable for you and for them. Boppy is a really popular brand. If you're short on money, I actually don't feel like you necessarily need to have a Boppy. You can literally just use the regular pillow that you plop your head on at night at bedtime. You can just lay that right on your lap, and it's a pillow. It props the baby up. The baby's still really comfortable, and you can adjust it so that they can be at a good feeding position. But the Boppy is nice if you have, the $30, $40 to spend on it. Let's do this one. I like this design. There's also the My Brest Friend right here. The My Brest Friend is also a really good feeding pillow. I actually feel like it's more comfortable for breastfeeding exclusively from your nippies because it props the babies up higher. It has a little lip on it to help keep the baby in place. It has a nice little pocket for your snacks and water. And then also the back support here is really nice. If you have a C-section or something, you're not really going to have much of any ab muscles to use because they had just been sliced through. So that was really morbid, but it's true. So this little back support feels really, really nice, and it just makes it more comfortable for breastfeeding, which you don't have that with the Boppy pillow. The only downside though is if you can't figure out breastfeeding and you gotta pump and use a bottle, you can't use the My Brest Friend. This is literally just for breastfeeding. Whereas the Boppy pillow, if you can't figure out how to breastfeed, you can still use it for feeding. The baby can lay their little head right here, and then their body goes here, and you can use it kind of as a prop for them for bottle feeds. Or when they start doing tummy time and they're learning that, this is a good tummy time pillow too. So the Boppy pillow is more universal but less comfortable for breastfeeding, whereas the My Brest Friend is more comfortable for breastfeeding, but that's the beginning and ending of its use. Is high chairs and booster seats. So this is a nice to have on your registry, but you won't be using this for the first several months of your baby's life, so it's just going to be in storage at first. Until your baby can really sit up, they're not going to be, sitting in some of these chairs. I don't have any real strong feelings on high chairs. I feel like they're all pretty similar, so I wouldn't spend a ton of money on them, personal opinion. They all get destroyed and covered with nasty food anyways. The only thing I would maybe say is they all have these nice, beautiful, soft covers on them. And just make sure that the covers are very easy to remove and put back on, because once your baby starts table foods, these seat covers are going to get disgusting and covered with food. And you don't want something that's going to be really hard to remove and even harder to put back on, because you're going to be wanting to wash them pretty much every single week. Let's just add this one. For pacifiers and teethers, just kind of like with the bottles, not all babies are going to like every kind of pacifier. They're going to have their certain preferences. None of my 3 kids actually liked pacifiers at all, which I guess I'm kind of lucky on that front. But I know these ones are really popular. I see a lot of my friends who have babies have these ones with the little animals on them. And actually, these Philip Avent specific pacifiers is what was recommended in breastfeeding classes as being the best pacifiers to use to help your baby learn to suck, and it doesn't interfere with their latch, I guess, when it comes to breastfeeding. So I guess that would be my recommendation, but I guess don't take it from me because none of my kids use passies. With teethers, pretty much anything will do. Babies just like to chew on pretty much anything. Just make sure what they're chewing on is safe and they'll be happy. All right, so we got feeding out of the way. Now clothing. So clothing, You can definitely register for some of the basics on your baby registry, but just be cognizant that when it comes to clothing, I feel like this is the one category where everyone goes off of registry. Like, no one used my baby registry to gift clothing to me. Like, people used my baby registry to buy me the car seat I wanted, to get me the high chairs I wanted, to get me the specific diapers I asked for. But when it came to clothing, like, people like to go out to cute baby stores and get you what they think would just be adorable on a baby, which is actually really fun because they're usually right. It usually is really adorable, cute stuff. But I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe don't focus too much on this portion of the registry because other people aren't going to be using this. They're going to be buying you what they think is cute, what they see out and about. So once you get all of your baby registry gifts and clothes, maybe come back to this portion and fill in the gaps of what you think you need and then purchase from there after you get your, 10-15% off completion discount from Amazon. But I'll just walk through some of these quick. You'll definitely want just maybe like a pack of bodysuits. But for me, what my newborns lived in more than bodysuits are these like full body sleepers that have the little footy covers because their little feet get so cold that, maybe the bodysuits are great. It depends on the time of year that your kids are born maybe. If it's really hot in the summer, you'll want the bodysuits where their little legs can be out and free. But if it's colder where you are, you're not going to want their little legs exposed or their little feet exposed. And it'd be a pain in the ass to like keep socks on them all the time. It's going to fall off. So that's where you want them to be in these nice little sleepers that keeps their whole body nice and covered. So, I actually really like the Cat and Jack sleepers. Oh, the other thing to keep in mind when you get these sleepers is get zippers. The little buttons are so freaking annoying. You're always like one button off and then the whole thing's crooked and then it's going to bother you. So then you're just going to have to undo all the buttons and redo them. And when it's dark, you can't see and then you can accidentally like pinch, like just try to avoid the buttons even though they can be kind of cute. The zippers are just so much more convenient. So we'll just throw in some zipper jammies that look cute. These ones look cute. And then bodysuit. I think this one looks cute. Yoga sprout. I like these for summer. Maybe for summer I'll get my baby some of these. These are cute with like the little tank tops and the designs. Now I'm just shopping for myself. Okay, keep going. Now little hats, again, depends on the time of year of where you live. I was never a big hat person by the time my kids needed hats. It was mainly, outdoor winter hats like this. My kids, when they were newborns, they didn't like wearing these little newborn caps. They would like fidget with them until they would come off. So while I do own a lot of them, my kids never use them. But we'll just pop some in. Oh, and you will want some of these little, like, that thing keeps popping up. You will want some of these little mittens to cover your baby's hands. Little newborns, their nails grow super fast and turn into like sharp little talons. And they're really scary to cut because you're so paranoid that you're gonna like cut your little baby's like skin and it would just break your heart to do that. Fortunately, that hasn't happened to me. But it's something I fear every day of my life. But the little mittens will help prevent your baby from scratching their precious little baby skin. They do fall off pretty easily. So again, in the sleeper area that I just talked over, I really like the Cat and Jack jammies from Target because it comes with little mittens built into the sleeper so that you don't have to worry about them falling off because the little hand mittens on this screen fall off really easily. So multi-piece sets, you won't need a lot of these. I mean, this is really for if you're going to be taking some cute pictures of your kids or take them out and about. Again, my kids literally just slept in their jammies all the time. but I'll get this one because it looks cute. Socks. Baby socks get lost all the time. I mean, I would get yourself a pack just to have them in case you do have your child in a cute outfit and their feet are exposed and you want them covered. But I wouldn't get a whole bunch just for when you need them. And then Swaddles. So just like with the baby bottles and the passies, not all babies are the same. They have different preferences. I bought a bajillion Halo sleep sacks and all of my kids hated Halo sleep sacks. So it was a huge waste of money. With that said, I would still buy like a Halo sleep sack in case your child likes them. Then you can figure that out and buy more. But maybe what I would do is buy 2 or 3 different kinds of Swaddles to figure out what your baby likes and then buy a couple more so that you don't have to, wash that one every single day. This Swaddle Up is actually what I used on my most recent baby, Wes. He really liked the Swaddle Up. It keeps their hands up. The problem with the Halo sleep sacks is you're really like swaddling their arms down, and not all babies like that. My kids absolutely hated it, and they would fight and fight and fight until they could get their hands up. Obviously, that must have happened to a lot of other parents because between the time of having my twins and then 2 years later having my other baby, this Love to Dream Swaddle Up became really popular. And I mean, I wish I had had this for my twins. It probably would have helped me sleep a lot better at night, but I at least got to use it for baby Wes. So I would definitely recommend getting one of these to see if your baby likes it. I know a lot of people use these Swaddle Me ones too. They're pretty similar to the Halo sleep sack, and they're pretty cheap compared to the Halo sleep sack. So $30 for 3, whereas Halo sleep sacks, I think it's like $22 or $25 for one, something around that mark. Ooh. I've never used this one, but it has great reviews, and it starts with Miracle, which sounds great. So marketing just won me over. Maybe get this one too. I don't know. Never tried it, but if it's a Miracle, then it'd be worth it. Next is for play. So for play and learn, we start with swings, and not all babies like the same types of swings. My kids hated the Mamaroo, so I actually ended up selling mine on the Facebook Market. They liked this Fisher-Price swing. A lot of my friends have this Fisher-Price swing. It's a pretty popular one, but just know if your kid doesn't like the swing, you can always sell it on the Facebook Market, so it's not the end of the world, and then just try out another one. I'm not going to tell you to register for multiple swings because they take up a lot of space, and maybe they will like one of them right off the bat. Who knows? But I guess my recommendation would be the Fisher-Price swing because it swings in a lot of different motions. So if they don't like the one that goes side to side, maybe they'll like the one that goes front to back. They have different levels to make it swing a lot or make it swing a little. It will also play music or white noise, so it's very versatile, so you can try a bunch of different settings and maybe, hopefully, your baby likes one of them. So then baby gyms. These are so fun. So I have 2 of these. I have a little piano one, which was really fun, and they can use them for a really long time because, I mean, even my 2-year-olds still like playing with the little piano when I bring it out for baby. So I would get a piano one, and then just one of these larger ones too. I have the Infantino. It's not this Pond Pals. It's the one that they merchandised 2 years ago, so they must have updated it, but I feel like this one's good too. Bouncer is another nice to have thing. My kids actually slept in these sometimes just because they are up at an angle, so my twins that had reflux really liked the angle that these bouncers were at and would fall asleep in them a lot. I mean, I know maybe I'm calling myself out. Some people are going to be like, your kids aren't supposed to sleep in them. Well, I didn't leave them when they were sleeping in them. I was right there and they were fine and safe. So Then for books, so books, I feel like unless there's a book that you really feel like you must have because it maybe has some sort of personal significance to you, I don't necessarily feel like you need to register for a lot of books, because what most people will do is help you out and get you the books that their kids really, really love. And chances are their kids really, really loved it, so your kids will really, really love it. That happened to me on multiple books, like Little Blue Truck. I'd never heard of Little Blue Truck when I was pregnant, but I got a couple copies from my friends, and now my boys love Little Blue Truck, and we own all of the Little Blue Truck books. Same with Pout Pout Fish. I had no idea what Pout Pout Fish was, but I got it as a registry gift, and my kids love Pout Pout Fish to this day. So, you know, your friends who have kids know what the cool in books are, and they'll probably give those to you. So let's just check that off. So for toys, again, a lot of people like to give toy gifts, so your friends who have kids will probably do this work for you and get you the toys that their kids really love. I know my kids really love these pop-up toys. I mean, baby West like goes crazy on these, and if he's not able to figure out how to pop up one of these animals, he like gets irate and angry until he pops it open. So he likes those. Just like some basic, every kid loves a fake cell phone. Get him a fake cell phone or remote control so they don't play with the real ones. This is for when they're a bit older. I like these just like for kind of chew toys. Makes it sound like a dog, but I mean, they kind of are dog toys, but they are great for baby. And then last is activity centers. These are necessary. All my kids just love their jumper exercisers. We have a Fisher-Price one and a Baby Einstein one. Oh, and we actually have this one that we got as a gift. We like this one. It's cool that it has all the instruments on it, but it doesn't bounce up and down, which is a huge downer. My kids really like the ones that bounce up and down. Here's one of the Baby Einstein ones. So my kids have a Baby Einstein one, not this one specifically, but it looks like it has like a lot of the similar features, and they are obsessed with it. So last is health and safety. If you're still watching this, thank you. Please like and subscribe. All right. And leave a comment down below, like if there's any other topics that you want me to talk about. I'm really just trying to help out other moms out there, so I hope this is helpful. Okay, so baby monitors is first. Okay, now I never needed a one-camera baby monitor because I started off with twins. In a different video, I'll link to, if there's any twin moms watching out there, I'll link to the video that tells you which baby monitor I used. But if I had to just choose a one-camera baby monitor, like, I mean, this one has 27 freaking thousand reviews that are pretty much positive. I'm pretty sure I'm going to register for this one and be happy with it. Like, yeah, I've not used it, but I'm pretty sure this is a great baby monitor based on this amount of reviews. All right, so that's done. Humidifiers. You're going to want a humidifier if your house is got pretty dry air, or, you know, for the first time your poor little baby gets sick or something. Your pediatrician is going to highly recommend having a humidifier in their room to just help clear up their sinuses. So we have just the Vicks Cool Mist. That's the other thing. Most of these on here are going to be Cool Mist humidifiers. I don't think they would have a hot one on for baby, but you want to get a Cool Mist humidifier. So let's see. We use a Vicks one. This is Vicks. Let's do this one. This one has good reviews. I don't see the one I specifically have right off the bat, but it looks pretty much like this, and I'm not going to search for it. Thermometers. You are going to want a forehead thermometer for your baby. When they're super, super little, the only way to get an accurate temperature is to do it rectally with one of these types of thermometers. But I mean, I'll be honest, my newborns never got super sick, so I was never in a dire need to do that. But what we use is the same thing my pediatrician actually uses, which is this Exergen temporal scan thermometer. It doesn't have great reviews, but I mean, I personally have had a good experience with it, and I've had multiple pediatricians because my twins kind of had some issues when they were really young. But all the pediatricians I've ever been to, they use these temporal artery thermometers. All right, and then for aspirators, these are the snot suckers. Nose Frida, 1000% goes into the cart. Everyone I know has a Nose Frida. Everyone I know loves a Nose Frida. I would recommend it. Then nail clippers. I don't have anything special. I just have like the cheapest. Where are they? I just have these like super cheapy ones here where you get two, so I can have them in multiple places in the house. Baby gates. So for baby gates, I'm not going to specifically recommend a certain one because it all kind of depends on the layout of your house. I don't feel like there's one that's necessarily better than the other. There's some that are just better for certain homes with different layouts. Like I have one that has to be cloth and have little safety clips on each side because to prevent my kids from going up the stairs, it's two banisters, and I'll insert a picture. It's two banisters, so one of these regular baby gates will not work. Like it doesn't connect to two banisters. So I had to get a special baby gate specifically for that, which was way too much money, but necessary for my house layout, and I'm ultimately happy that I got it, and it was really my only option. So you're going to have to just figure out what you need based on your home. I think it was called a stair barrier. Yes, it's a stair barrier that I have. So this is what I have. If you have something like this where it's two banisters and regular baby gates won't work, you're going to need something like this stair barrier. And it's literally just like safety clips on these sides. And you just clip it around the banister and then it stays. But like obviously for some people, if you're just trying to block a specific doorway, this will not work. This is specifically for dual banister stairs. So the next is electrical safety. So I actually didn't need any of these things in my home because my home's already equipped with these universal self-closing electrical outlets. Sorry. But if you don't have these child-proof electrical outlets, you will need to get some of these just to prevent, you know, your baby, toddler, older child from like sticking anything into those areas they're not supposed to. We're done. So that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still tuned in watching right now, please be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button and share if you know of any other moms that are expecting that you think this would be useful to. Please leave a comment down below of what your due date is. I would love to know more about you and your baby, and just if this was helpful to you in any way. I'm really just making these videos in hopes of helping other moms out there because I mean, I was one of those clueless moms who knew nothing, and I just am hoping that I can help another mom who is where I was 2 years ago. Please be sure to hit that little notification bell so that you know when my next video goes up. I try to post 1 to 2 times a week. All right, bye-bye.